Erectile dysfunction doesn't just affect your erection, it changes the way you and your partner experience intimacy. If you felt that shift, you already know what I mean. Things still look normal on the surface, you still care about each other, you still want closeness, but the moment things start turning sexual, something changes. It gets quiet, a bit careful, like both of you are trying not to get it wrong. That's not loss of attraction, that's pressure. And if you don't deal with it, intimacy doesn't disappear, it slowly pulls back. In this video, I'll show you how to bring it back without pressure, without performance, and without pretending everything is fine. Let me tell you something I hear all the time in clinic. Men sit down and say, we're actually good, we still cuddle, we still laugh, there's nothing wrong between us, except when things start moving towards sex. And when I ask what happens in that moment, he usually pauses for a second and then says everything just gets tense. Not because he doesn't want her or she's not attracted to him, but because now there's something at stake. He's thinking about whether it's going to work or not. She's thinking about whether she's putting pressure on him. And without saying anything out loud, both of them start adjusting things around that fear. That's how intimacy begins to shrink. Not suddenly or dramatically, just a little less touch, a little less initiation, a little more hesitation each time. Until eventually the relationship still feels warm, but the spark feels distant. And this is the part most men get wrong. They think intimacy faded because something is missing. But what I see over and over again is the opposite. Nothing is missing, something was added. Fear. Once fear enters the space, everything starts to reorganize around it. You don't touch the same way. You don't initiate the same way. You don't stay present the same way. And your partner feels it too. So she starts protecting the situation as well. She might hold back, not because she's not interested, but because she doesn't want to make things harder for you. And now both of you are trying to avoid hurting each other, which sounds caring, but it creates distance. I've worked with a couple in their mid-30s who described it almost exactly the same. He said, I don't initiate because I don't want to let her down. She said, I don't initiate because I don't want him to feel pressure. They weren't disconnected, they were careful. And careful doesn't create intimacy, it creates space. The shift for them didn't come from fixing his erection, it came from understanding what was happening between them. The moment they could name it, everything softened. They stopped guessing, they stopped protecting the moment in silence. And that's where rebuilding intimacy actually begins. Not with techniques or performance, but with clarity. When you can say something has changed here and we don't need to pretend it hasn't, the pressure drops almost immediately. It doesn't need to be a big conversation. Even something simple like, let's take the pressure out of this for a bit and just reconnect. Is good enough to reset the tone. Because what you're really doing is changing the environment. And your body responds to the environment more than anything else. If the environment feels like a test, your body tightens. If it feels like a place where nothing is expected, your body starts to relax again. That's why the next step matters so much. You bring touch back without a destination. Most men only touch in two modes, neutral or sexual, but intimacy actually lives in the space in between, the kind of touch that doesn't need to go anywhere. You sit close, you hold her, you kiss her, without it needing to lead to somewhere. You lie in bed and talk. You laugh. You create moments that don't carry expectation. And at first, this can feel unfamiliar, because your mind is used to linking touch with outcome. But when you remove the outcome, something else comes back. Presence. And presence is what allows your nervous system to settle. Once that happens, everything else starts to follow. I've seen men who avoided intimacy for months suddenly feel comfortable again after just a couple of these low pressure moments. Not because they forced anything, but because their body finally stopped bracing itself. Another shift that helps here is how you think about the moment itself. Most men go into it hoping it works. And that sounds reasonable, but it carries pressure. A small change in that mindset can make a big difference. Instead of, I hope this works, it becomes, I'm curious how I feel when I'm relaxed here. That moves you out of performance and back into experience. I had a man in his early 50s who was almost afraid to initiate anything physical. He said the moment he started moving forward, I panicked. We didn't change everything, we changed one thing. Before anything progressed, he slowed down, placed a hand on his partner. Take a breath and remind himself, I'm here to connect, not to perform. That was it. A week later, he came back and said, that was the first time in months my body didn't fight me. Not because he did more, but because he stopped turning the moment into something it didn't need to be. That's really the heart of this. You don't rebuild intimacy by trying harder. You rebuild it by making the space safe again. And when that happens, something shifts naturally. You start enjoying each other again. You feel like you're on the same side again instead of trying to get something right. And when the environment changes like that, your body responds. Erection don't come back because you forced it. They come back because nothing is blocking them anymore. Now, if this is something you have been dealing for a while, there's usually more going on underneath this pattern. It's not just about what's happening in the moment, it's how your mind is responding, how your body is reacting, and what's happening in the dynamic between you and your partner. That's exactly what I break down in my masterclass called The Hard Truth. It's where I walk you through how these three layers interact with each other and why focusing on just one of them never really fixes the problem. If you watched this and thought, this makes sense, but I feel like there's more to it for me, that's the place to go. You'll find a link below. Before you go, there's one more piece that connects directly to this, because for a lot of men, it's not just the relationship that changes, it's how they start speaking to themselves. The self-criticism, the pressure, the internal voice that keeps everything tense. That's what I explain in this video, how self-criticism affects your erection. Watch that next because it will help you understand the other side of this. I'll see you there.